Hey, what's going on? I'm Sprout the Anti-Hero, and you're watching the Sprout and Dusty Show. As you can see, Dusty's not here with me today because he's in some far-off land where rich people go when they die. A place called Scottsdale, Arizona. No, Dusty's hanging out with his family in Arizona. We wish him the best. He's going to be back here soon. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got a pretty cool show. It's just me. Hey, yo, James, how you doing, brother? How you doing? Hey, how you doing, Will? Good to see you, man. Oh, thank you, bro. We appreciate that. Yeah, we're doing it every week for y'all, man. Having a good time. So I'd like to get our sponsorship out the way. Big Fish Bail Bonds, serving the Wichita, Kansas area. Big or small, we release them all. At Big Fish 705, the telephone number is 316-262-4100. Call them because jail sucks. Seriously, it really does suck bad. So, also, part of tonight's show is going to be a discussion about platforms. And I want to tell you guys that we are going to be on two new platforms starting right now, actually. We are on Twitch live right now. If you go to twitch.tv/the Sprout and Dusty Show, you can catch it right now. This is going to be our new primary platform. We're going to still be doing a little bit of promotion and work here on Facebook, but we're not going to be doing so much streaming here too much. We're also on Periscope, which is, I believe, Twitter's platform. pscp.tv/Sprout and Dusty/follow. So follow us on Periscope and you can watch us there as well. We'll have that YouTube for you up real quick with the live. So we're doing that. One of the things that Dusty and I really set out to do when we started this podcast is to make sure we can maintain some growth. And social media is a great place to do that. But depending on what you're doing, it also has to be the appropriate place to put your content. And I think that's where a lot of people seem to get lost when they're not finding the results that they're looking for. And so Facebook definitely limits the number of people that sees our posts. Forget our cast, forget our live streaming, our post, just generally from our page. And it's been quite a royal pain in the ass, because we really don't even believe the numbers that Facebook is giving us when we do pay for sponsored ads. And so we also know that Facebook is not necessarily a place where people outright go looking for live streams or podcasts. It really is a place where people can connect with their friends and their family, and to troll people, to annoy the shit out of total complete stranger. It's a place for that type of stuff. And there's nothing much anybody can do about that right now. But Dusty and I figured if we put our content in places where we know people are looking for podcasts to listen to, that it was going to be a lot better for us. So we're not completely phasing out our use of Facebook. It's just going to be another means of communication for us with you guys. For the next month, we will be streaming the first 10 to 15 minutes of each podcast before we switch completely over to Twitch and Periscope. But if any of you gamers or your live streamers or podcasters are on Twitch or Periscope, once again, Twitch, you can find us at twitch.tv, the Sprout and Dusty /the Sprout and Dusty Show, sorry. And Periscope, pscp.tv/Sprout and Dusty/follow. So follow us there, watch us there. Let's interact. Let's have a good time. Let's have some fun, you know? And another thing that bothers Dusty and I about Facebook is that people are getting censored. And I'm not even 100% sure why. They want to talk about freedom of speech, and all of a sudden here in the last few years, there's been these guidelines and rules and regulations on what you can or can't say. Now, our producer told us that recently one of his shows was taken off the air but due to political content. Now, I will say this is political content I don't necessarily agree with, but everybody's got a right to say what they need to say. and everybody's got a right to present their information and their truth in the most undiluted way possible. And it just does not sit well with us. And Dusty and I, we really don't run a politically driven show. It's just not us. We think the world is weird enough without that. We're just not necessarily agreeing with how people are singled out because it does not fall in the best interests of Facebook and their paid advertisers and their sponsors. And I think that's what it ultimately goes down to when it comes to Facebook monetizing us all. Well, they wouldn't monetize us necessarily. I've never made one dime from Facebook, but that's just how that kind of thing goes. But Dusty and I will be on Twitch, Periscope, and YouTube from now on. Feel free to join us at those platforms. Also, due to life, Dusty and I will have our show on different days because I got a new job. I am going to be a bud tender at a dispensary here in Tulsa. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. And it won't allow me to have every Friday night off. Plus, I'll be playing. I've already started playing shows again. So it's going to be a little bit different as far as the timing. But hey, you check us out on Twitch or Periscope or YouTube later on. You'll be able to catch us anytime you want. It'll be very convenient to catch us. Trust me. But we'll be announcing new times for the show as well. While you guys are sitting there, if you guys got anything to ask, any questions, just let me know, because, hey, that's what I do. I answer fucking questions, I feel like sometimes yeah, sure, dude. We'll follow you back straight up. Yeah. Okay. But hey, thank you. Thank you for checking that out, Sweet free alcohol. Yeah, it's just been a hell of a ride, and we're just trying to figure out how to grow things. And being more interactive with our viewers is where it's at for us. And it's just Facebook is just not allowing us to do that. And also with Twitch and Periscope, Dusty and I are planning something really big on the music tip. So we weren't able to do Booze, Bars, and Guitars 3 this year, but we've figured out a way to possibly bring a little bit of it to you guys, but it'll only be on Twitch and Periscope and possibly YouTube. So just keep tuned in to what's going on there, because it's going to be happening really, really soon. Oh, well, I'm glad you mentioned something, James, because I no longer live in Oklahoma City. I no longer live in that area. I moved to Tulsa on Monday evening, I think. And it's because I got this job. And it sounded like a fun job, and it sounded like a good reason to come back to Tulsa. I'm doing all right. There comes beforehand. I'm not going to lie, man. Last week fucking sucked. It sucked balls. The early part of my week last week was just not something that was really pleasant for me. A part of me wishes I would have died. That's how bad the early part of last week was. But then I just remembered of all the things I do have and all the blessings and all the people in my life that care about me, They want to see me succeed. They want to see the things I care about come to fruition. And there's nothing like family and friends that have your back. So I thank you guys for all of that. So I did some shows last week. I played in Tulsa, Oklahoma last Thursday. Oh, hey, how you doing, Candace? I was just talking about that. So I had 3 really good shows last week. The first show was last Thursday in Tulsa at Badass Renee's. It was so much fun. It was the first show I played in over a year and 3 or 4 months or something like that. So yeah, a lot of this last weekend was knocking some rust off. But a lot of a lot of friends came out, a lot of family came out on Thursday night. It was really, really cool. And then Friday night, I played in a place called Ark City, Kansas. I played at this bar called One More. And what an appropriate name for such a beautiful place where you can get wasted. The beer was cold. There are a lot of friends that drove in from Wichita to see the show. And then some of those people drove uh, to see me the night after. It was really, really cool. Um, had a really good night there. Wichita, the homecoming show. Holy cow, man. It's absolutely amazing. Cody Moore opened up the show for me. I love that kid. He's got some talent, man. He's got a future ahead of him. He's got a hell of a cool sense of humor, and his music is dope too. So if you ever get a chance to check out Cody Moore, do that. But those three shows are really, really good. I saw my sisters. I ate some good food. I was just reminded of my purpose. You know, when things get bad, sometimes you gotta be reminded of your purpose. And there's nothing wrong with looking at yourself and knowing that you can make it. So I'm doing all right, and those shows really help. I'm in the process of booking more shows. I got some more stuff booked. I'm going to be announcing soon, so you can follow me on Facebook for that. Sprout the Anti-Hero. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter. Sprout the Anti-Hero. Sprout the Anti-Hero on Instagram. You can find me all those places to keep up with shows and things like that. I'm going to be playing a little bit more locally in Tulsa to get familiar with everybody and get familiar with the area. Because after being gone for over a year, it's almost as if I don't even recognize this place anymore. I got too busy looking at mountains, you know. So that was that, and I'm just glad to be back. You know, just really glad to be back. Hi, Jenny. How you doing? You doing pretty good? All right. Much love to you, sister. Mwah. Well, man, yeah, y'all don't know the relationship me and James Lamone had, man. We go way. We go back like four flats on a Cadillac. You know what I'm saying? We go back, man. He knows me. He knows I travel all over the place. Hey, that's all right. I was smoking and toking here. In fact, I'm gonna do that shit right now. So, you know, oh man, my hometown, Candace, my hometown showed up really good for me, in spite of all the COVID stuff going on and all the controversy with people wearing masks, not wearing masks. Man, I still don't know what to think. I still don't know how to feel, but I know that being interactive with people made me feel good, and I was able to help out a venue and help keep its doors open. Oh yeah, that's right. It's broccoli time, motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the hometown, they came out, man. Quite a few people were there. Like I said, my sister showed up. Um, if any of you guys have any other questions out there, don't be afraid to ask. You know, ask me what makes my hair so nappy. Ask me what keeps my skin so soft. Ask me what my favorite food is. Ask me anything. Ask me quantum physics. I don't give a damn. Ask it. I'll give you the best answer I possibly can. So also, if you guys haven't heard, if you guys don't know already, King Shifter is back working together. We're still in the wings, waiting to have some things going on and happening. We're just building our house before we live in it. Things are starting to open back up. We're starting to get a little more anxious and ready to get that rock and roll fired back up. You know, I miss the guys in King Shifter. Those guys, bless those cats, man. They helped me move from Colorado to Oklahoma City, the Norman area, basically. So, I mean, man, those are my bros. They've done nothing but help me in my life, and I'm glad to have friends like that. If you want to check out some King Shifter music or all things King Shifter, check out facebook.com/King Shifter Rock, because we goes hard in that piece. We go hard. Yeah. Some good ass, heavy ass rock, man. It's all you need in your lives. All you need. What's going on with Dean? Well, Dean is the singer and guitar player of Gulch. And I chatted with him on Facebook about my metabolism yesterday. He seems to be okay. He seems to be okay. Oh, man. Well, of course. Yeah, I love chicken and waffles. It is my favorite food. Yeah. So a lot of people don't know about chicken and waffles. I could give you a complete and total rundown of the history of chicken and waffles, and you could argue with every last bit of the information. But instead, I'm just going to tell you how awesome they are, because really all that matters in the end is a good, tasty meal. Can I get an amen on that shit? A lot of people get upset when they hear about chicken and waffles. I don't know about chicken and waffles. I mean, look, a waffle is just a big ass biscuit. I mean, that's all it is to me. You put butter on it, you put some honey on syrup, whatever. You know, chicken and waffles is not necessarily a new phenomenon. It really got popular in the 20s and 30s in Harlem. And of course, a lot of people were hanging out at these clubs, these jazz clubs. They were dancing all night. It was too early for breakfast and too late for dinner. So the old country recipe from the South, chicken and waffles, became popular as far as an after dance club meal. It's one of the stories, anyway. Me being a culinary guy, that is one of the stories I've heard. But oh man, I dig some biscuits and gravy, Patrick. How you doing, brother? You doing good? Man, I do dig some biscuits and gravy. That's just some Midwestern stuff right there, man. It's just delicious. There's people all over the world that watch this show sometimes, and they're just like, man, they really do eat some different stuff. There's a French person I chatted with that watched the show. What kind of broccoli? It's called snowball. Snowball broccoli. Well, Candace, I have booked some shows. I'm not ready to announce them just yet, but stay tuned. I'm just getting everything lined up and scheduled out. That way I can put it all out there and let you guys know what's going on. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it to Kansas City tomorrow due to me having to start my job soon. So I've got to get ready for that. I got to pay my bills, got to take care of myself. I got to put chicken and waffles on the table. You know what I'm saying? But it sucks for me to have to cancel that show. And I really fucking hate canceling shows, but I have to. I'll find something to do on my birthday, my birth. I know, Jenny. I know. You're a Kansas City girl. I know. I was looking forward to seeing you and the family too. I was looking forward to it, but I can't make it, unfortunately. But I will be back. I am on the verge of rescheduling, so do not fret. I'll be up in the Kansas City area really soon. I've got all kinds of love for Kansas City, Missouri. I have all kinds of love. I got all kinds of people in Kansas City, man. That's roots, family roots, friends, just years of good times and good folks in the Kansas City, Missouri area. And a lot of good music and fellowship up there, too. Cinnamon rolls with chili. What the fuck is that? I'm just seeing this stuff on Facebook recently. Are people putting cinnamon rolls on top of chili? Who started that shit? I just want to know. I don't know how it tastes. It doesn't sound good to me, but I'll try anything once. But what is that? Who's doing that? Is that a real thing? I mean, I remember, I think it was a couple of years ago, there was this thing about white people putting like raisins in the potato salad. Who does that? I've never seen that. Like, oh, okay. So it goes on the bottom of the bowl with the chili on top. All right. You know where it comes from at all? You know, the origin of this particular concoction? I mean, I'm not saying it's nasty. I haven't tried it, Oh, okay, Angela. Let's see. Old high school friend of mine says, what are you most looking forward to doing at your new job? Well, since I will be a bud tender, the part I look most forward to is making sure people get what they need for their medication. You know, um, I'm not a guy that's really into narcotic painkillers. In fact, after got my appendectomy done a few months ago, um, I didn't take any of the painkillers that were prescribed to me. It was just didn't really, you know. I smoked some herb, and I regularly vape a blend of CBD, THC for minor pain. So I really do try and stay away from that particular type of stuff. The last thing somebody like me needs as a road musician is a fucking opiate habit. But I'm really looking forward to helping the customers get the medicine they need and to help answer any questions that they may have. I know a lot about marijuana, obviously. I know enough to be attentive and helpful to the people that really need it, that don't want all this big pharma stuff. So that's what I'm looking most forward to at my job. Most people think, oh, you just want the samples. Like, motherfucker, I'm going to smoke regardless. But you're talking about my job, I want to help people. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most with this new job. You know what? I do want to. I got love for Garden City too. I got family out there. I got people out. I played out there several times in a few bands. Just, just, just. Kansas is home to me. I like you. It feels like there's not an inch of that place I haven't driven on. It feels like there hasn't been an inch of Wichita I haven't walked on. You know, I got love everywhere, everywhere in Kansas, and it's my home. So I would love to come back to Garden City, see my people out there, the 507 crew. You know what I'm saying? They awesome. So yeah, love Garden City, and I think the producer's from Western Kansas area. I wouldn't say he's from Garden City per se, but he's from around them parts. He's chill out in Arizona. Yeah, but not where the rich people go when they die, just where regular people go when they die. There is no show tomorrow, James. I am really, really sorry. I really do apologize. There is no show tomorrow. Anybody got any more questions? I'm gonna keep smoking this weed. Okay, Candace. All right. I'll take your word for it. I will try this. I will try. Is there a specific kind of cinnamon roll that I should be eating? I mean, like I said, I haven't seen too many pictures. Yo, fat kid, can you pull up a picture of some a cinnamon roll with chili on top? I gotta see this. I haven't. I've seen people talking about it, just not seen it. I wonder how it looks. You know, that type of thing. Man, it's some good motherfucking weed, man. God damn. But yeah, I it's so different, man. You know, I tried all kinds of different stuff before that I thought was going to be gross, but it wasn't bad at all. It really was not bad at all. And I don't know, it just I already don't like pumpkin spice. I like a little bit of sweetness in my chili, not too much. But you're talking about adding the cinnamon roll. I mean, does this have like okay, all right. I don't know. I eat cinnamon rolls and bacon. So I can kind of get a flavor profile in my head. You know, the spiciness and the savoriness and maybe a little bit of the saltiness and fattiness from the chili mixing in with the sugar. I know, Will. I hey, I can't really talk trash on it. I haven't tried it. It just looks weird, but I haven't tried it. I'm pretty open to food in general, especially being a fucking stoner. I mean, we eat just about anything. I mean, so okay, all right. So you've had it. All right. I had no idea this was even a thing. As soon as it gets cold outside, people start eating weird shit. That's the inner circle on 28th of October. What's that there, Will? What are you talking about there? Hey, once again, hey, if you're on Twitch right now, Or if you want to follow us at Twitch, we're at twitch.tv/the Sprout and Dusty Show. And if you're on Periscope or want to view us on Periscope right now, it's pscp.tv/Sprout and Dusty/follow. So yeah, we're building up our numbers in those places slowly, steadily. All right. Oh, here's a good question. Who's playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? Okay, well, we're going to start this by saying I don't have a dog in this fight, and I probably never will because I'm a New York Jets fan, and I'm used to losing. I know the Chiefs fans, man, I had a heart for y'all over the years because I remember that one year y'all won the division and didn't even make the fucking playoffs. I know that was frustrating, but not as frustrating as knowing that your team sucks. I'm a New York Jets fan, and I know my team sucks. That's how that goes, you know? But as far as who's playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, man, I don't know. The Jets are still undefeated. They're 0-0 until Sunday. Oh man, I honestly I would like to see the Chiefs, and I would like to see the 49ers do it again. That was a hell of a game, I have to admit. I'd love to see that one more time. Bears are the best, huh? Man, what's up with Urlacher? What's up with Brian Urlacher, man? I don't know. I don't think he's a bad guy. You know, people have their opinions and people say what they're going to say. Oh, so Candace, you use Pillsbury cinnamon rolls, and it's a perfect combination of savory and sweet. I feel you. I like that combination myself. Oh, well, Jenny, you're a Dolphins fan? Oh, man, we have to beat up on each other twice a year. I know you guys had hard times too. I know you guys had hard times too. Candace, yes. Candace asked me just now, did I finish Cobra Kai? I finished Cobra Kai the day it came out. I did nothing but watch Cobra Kai, all two seasons in one fucking day. I stayed up until about 2:30 a.m. watching Cobra Kai. Man, that show was so good. I've always been a big fan of the Karate Kid movies, and I think I wouldn't necessarily call this a spoiler alert because if you saw the original movie, it wouldn't be spoiled to you. But a few years ago, there was this theory or thesis, quote unquote, written in Johnny's point of view of his meeting with Daniel and him trying to make things right with Allie. And it really puts Daniel as the protagonist. So when Johnny is telling the story to his student about how he tried to make things right with Allie, it really made me laugh because basically they showed clips through this. And it basically happened as he said it happened. It was hilarious, just two different points of view. But the original movie's pure focus was on Daniel. So we didn't know anything about Johnny other than he was a spoiled little rich kid asshole who rides a motorcycle and likes to beat up skinny dudes. I mean, he was a bully. He was your stereotypical bully. Oh man, I can't wait for the next season. It's smart thinking, Netflix. Just give them the first two seasons and then make them sweat it out for months until you decide to put the third season out. The third season's already filmed, you know, and I understand why initially a lot of people didn't see it because it was released on YouTube and YouTube Premium. Nobody wanted to pay extra money for another streaming site, especially just to watch that one show. And it was just not. Obviously, it was a good show, but in my opinion, it would not be enough to justify paying fees for a membership to another streaming service. But I'm glad it went to a streaming service where most people are already there to see it. It's already doing better than what it ever did on YouTube. And I was able to watch the first episode when it came out on YouTube, and I was like, oh, man, that's so awesome. But if you guys haven't seen Cobra Kai already, check it out. A lot of 80s nostalgia, a lot of funny moments, a lot of background on where some of these people come from. mentally, where they made mistakes and where they went wrong in their lives. It's just great. And I don't really watch anything with kids in it at all because I'm an adult and I like blood, guts, and real death. That's entertainment for me anyway. No shame in my fucking game. But damn, was I high when I did the binge watching? Oh man, you know it, bro. Man, come on. Like I'm gonna be sitting there all day without something to puff on while watching Cobra Kai. Are you kidding me? Holy cow. Right. Remember, man, Will, remember back in the day before there was DVD, like in the early to mid 80s when VHS was starting to be available for sale? It used to take approximately 10 to 12 months for a movie to be released on VHS after it had been released in a first run theater. That's crazy. I remember that. I remember being a kid and going to see Back to the Future at the movie theater and just thinking, damn, I have to wait another year to see it on VHS. Now stuff just goes directly to VHS. I think the first direct to VHS movie I ever saw was a movie called Jade. It had Linda Fiorentino. She showed her ass. She was good in that movie. Oh, sponsor time. If you guys are knuckleheads out there, especially in Wichita, Kansas, Sedgwick County area, call Big Fish Bail Bonds at 316-262-4100, because when you get in trouble and you worry the fuck out of your loved ones and you're sitting there because this big dude is looking at you and you're all scared and shit, trust me, he's not going to look like me and smiling. Jail sucks. Yeah, jail does suck. Oh, and there's no harmonica playing in there at all. None. So wait, bring that back up, fat kid. What did Candace say? Say, we've been watching Lovecraft Country and Raised by Wolves on HBO Max. Good God, both are amazing. All right. You know, I haven't really had too much time lately to be watching Netflix. I am a normal Netflix watcher. I do stream films from Amazon, Netflix, Shudder, all those. I'm slowly but steadily building up a list of things that people are actually watching. People call it bandwagoning. I mean, if you're curious about something, watch it. Who gives a shit? You know, I've heard a lot of good things about Lovecraft Country. I've heard only a couple of people talk about Raised by Wolves. So I will get around to checking those out here in the next couple of weeks for sure. Once my life quits being crazy, I'll get a little bit more stability. Oh, okay. Highly recommended. You know, okay. I will check that out. Yeah, like I said, oh, Santia, hey, how you doing? Okay, are you still speaking at the rally here in Wichita tomorrow? No, sister, I will not be able to. I do have transportation issues, and I also have to start my job. I got to get ready for that, and so I won't be able to make it. So I apologize for not being able to be there. Would have loved to have spoke. Maybe there's something else I can do to help contribute. Just send me a message and let me know, because I always know there's something I can do. So Sweet Peaches 86 asks, are there any songs that always make you cry or get a little chub? Okay, so let's see. A song that always makes me cry is Skyscraper by Bad Religion. I know that's a stretch for a lot of people, but I have specific thoughts and beliefs. That's always been a band I listen to for guidance in some way or another, or things about that band and their music hits me in places where I need it. Also, the entire Perseverance record by Hatebreed makes me cry. That record came to me at a time where I really, really needed it. I wouldn't be alive without that record. That's for sure. Really tough times, man. So those are the two pieces of music that instantly make me that emotional. And a lot of people are saying Hatebreed. A lot of people don't know who Hatebreed is, and that's fine. But man, it's really, to me, that's my church music. Bob Marley records and Hatebreed records are church music to me. It's inspirational. Um, I like I like the feeling of being empowered by someone who understands me, and music has that ability to help me understand myself better. And it's good you have music that makes you react in certain ways. That reminds you of your humanity, which people seem to forget regardless of what they listen to, especially these days. Oh, and the song that makes me get a chub is Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation. So Will Davis is asking me, do you remember the very first Blu-rays were DVDs that looked like vinyl records? Well, Will, those were called laser discs. And the first laser disc I ever saw was probably in 1985. And it was in elementary school. And for some reason, they were showing us Clash of the Titans, the original Clash of the Titans. That was the first laser disc I ever watched. And then, of course, due to the curriculum and when I went to school in the 80s, they still had laser disc players. I mean, that was like cutting edge then. It was just a big ass CD the size of a 33 LP. If you kids know what those are. I know the old school does. But yeah, you flipped them over depending on how much data they had. They're just big CDs. Oh man, well, Hatebreed is excellent. Hatebreed is some really good stuff. Um, I'm not too finicky with my music. If I like something, I like it. I really don't care about people's opinions too much. But it's always cool to fellowship with people who do have those bands or music in common, and that's why music communities are so important. You know, my school of music is from hardcore punk and New York style hardcore punk rock music, skate punk type stuff. That's my roots, and I transferred it over to being a metal hardcore musician. Uh, I still try and keep that energy up no matter how old I get, but that music is important. It's vital to me. You lost your chub from the sweet peach pick, huh? Well, who wouldn't? Oh man. So Candace here says she remembers watching Tron on Laserdisc. Man, Tron is such a cool movie. I haven't been around a Laserdisc player since '87 to know what it's like anymore. I mean, was it that much better quality? I mean, it just seems like there was a regression with VHS. And from what I understand, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I heard that Beta went out of business because they refused to go to a 4-hour tape. I mean, I understand how that would probably reduce the quality of analog in particular, because analog's touchy, y'all. It really is touchy. But I mean, what was VHS really that bad? Was Laserdisc really that awesome? Anybody remember? Like I said, I haven't seen anything on Laserdisc since back in the day, y'all. I was 8. I was 8 years old. Oh man. Hey, once again, if you guys are hanging out with us, oh, hey, how you doing, Cody? Uh, Cody Moore. He says, "I love you guys and love playing with you, dude. Keep on, keeping on. You know what, brother? I will. You know I will, man. You keep on keeping on too, man. You got a long way to go, man. I see some cool things happening to you. Yeah, that's Cody Moore, the guy I was bragging about earlier, man. Good guy, good guy. Ah, so Back Home Media asked me, how many siblings do you have and what are their first names? Well, I've got 6 siblings. I have 2 brothers I don't see at all. One I'll never see again. The other I haven't seen in a decade. And then I have I have a sister. I have 4 sisters. Their names are the oldest to youngest. The oldest is Talisha, Lindsay, Jasmine, and Nichelle. Those are my four sisters. Two of them came out and saw me on Saturday night in Wichita. And it was so much fun drinking drinks with them and talking shit, because that's what we do. We talk shit in our family. Yeah. That's how we keep tight. But I've got six siblings. I saw Tron on VHS too, Nicole. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I wish I could have saw the remake in 3D. I heard that was really, really good as well. My mind back in those days, it was the beginning of King Shifter. My mind was not on Tron; it was on rock and roll. But I did get around to watching Tron on DVD, and I had a good time with it. Mm. They're busy watching the podcast. You should be smoking a weed, motherfucker. Shit. So Angela Chamberlain says we watched Ferngully at Pleasant Valley on Laserdisc. So I've known Angela for the majority of my life. And Ferngully was what, 92, 93, something like that. And Pleasant Valley was the middle school we went to. She didn't live far from that school. I was a nerd in middle school. I was really trying to figure out where to fit in, and I didn't like combing my hair, and I still don't like combing my hair. Obviously, I was the kid that wore plaid and stripes and didn't give a damn. And no, I may have watched a movie on Laserdisc in middle school, but I just don't remember. It was just too long. Like, I can remember. You know what? I can remember how good I thought those pizza squares were in elementary school, but I can't remember watching a movie on Laserdisc in middle school. Oh man, yeah, Laserdisc is some old technology. Oh, absolutely. Will Davis says, yeah, but analog when it comes to music recording is still viable. Absolutely, it is. I've always been of the mind that there should never be a set school of ways where somebody sticks to digital and somebody sticks to analog. If you kind of have the mentality of using everything around you, what you have access to, as a tool, then it'll open up a whole new world instead of just focusing straight on digital. I can't believe I'm about to talk about a Nickelback record right now, but I think it was one of Nickelback's first one or two records that came out. The record at that time in the late 90s, it was still an analog world. There was still digital stuff going on, but rock bands were still recording in analog, most of them. And so Nickelback recorded their music in analog and converted it to digital. Now, I've heard the record before years ago. I'm not sure if it was any better or worse than anything I'm hearing today, which I guess is not a bad thing. People are still listening to it, you know. And of course, 2-inch tape machines are hard to come by anymore. For the kids out there that don't know much about analog recording, to record analog, you required a giant 2-inch tape machine, and it probably weighed between 600 to 700 pounds. And rolls of tape are expensive. I do know that about 8 years ago, a roll of brand new tape, which is only 45 minutes long, cost about between $600 to $800. In some cases, depending on the chromium being used, $950 for a roll. A used roll, which is common if you can find them and they're still in decent quality to record with, a used roll can go from between $500 to $700. So while there are plenty of perks and plenty of qualities to recording in analog, it is just not a cheap form of recording anymore because of the process it takes to make these things. This is interesting. I didn't think we were going to go into like music equipment. I'm geeking the fuck out over here. You guys doing all right out there? Y'all feeling good? You know, Oh, right. Yeah, I got to, man. Sprout's got to take his medicine. Sam Blossom, my man. He asks, "Hey, man, you seem pretty tall. Is it true?" You son of a bitch. You know I'm tall, brother. I'm 6 feet 7 inches tall. I'm a very tall man. Yes, I'm tall, guys. Many of you watching have met me. I'm tall. For those of you who haven't met me, I'm fucking tall. Let's see. Will Davis asks, "What song is really touchy for you to sing or play that's original? Takes a few minutes to prepare for." Um, I wrote a song called "Sentimental Weight." Uh, that's hard to sing. It's really really hard to sing sometimes. The EP that I wrote, it's called Procurement. I released it last year. It's painful. It's a beautiful record. Um, Very well thought out, very well, I feel produced, engineered. You know, it was interesting working on that music because all of it was so personal. And I didn't want to come out with a solo project that sounded anything like all the rock stuff that I've done. I really wanted it to come from me. And while almost everything that I write is personal or close to me as far as inspiration to begin with, no matter what project I'm doing, a solo project is definitely something that comes from the heart, and it's definitely something that um, one has the opportunity to put forth who they are with. I see people put out solo records full of covers, and that's great. You know, they may really enjoy those songs, but I really enjoy listening to solo albums or solo efforts where you get a good dose of who somebody is and what they're capable of, and another dimension to their feelings and emotions. That's why I listen to music, and I wanted to accomplish that. So, Sentimental Weight, um, that song takes a little bit for me to prepare for because uh, everybody's felt those words to a degree. If you've never been in love that in the way that the song describes, maybe you won't understand the depth of it, but you'll definitely understand its meaning. So, and Forward is a song that I wrote that I wanted to write a love song that sounded like a funeral. And I think I accomplished that. It's also a beautiful song, um, that I can relate to. You know, it's some personal stuff to me because at one time I felt that way, and on one time a lot of people have felt that way. So it was important in these times to remind people that people are capable of feeling these things, and folks are capable of having those emotions to where you're touched. You know, we're not all so macho. We're not all so, you know, hard and tough all the time. We are flesh and blood. We do have hearts and souls. So it's nice to hear music that reminds us of that. So Candace asks, best late night dinner: Denny's, Waffle House, Jimmy's, okay, Village Inn, IHOP. So Candace, before I answer this question, to be sure, are you meaning Jimmy's Diner or Jimmy's Egg? Because Jimmy's Egg ain't open all night. I'm not sure. But to answer your question anyway, I enjoy a Waffle House. A lot of people think Waffle House is gross. I don't give a fuck. Waffle House is fantastic. And the reason I go into Waffle Houses is because I feel comfortable there. I know a lot of people think they would feel a lot more comfortable in a Denny's or an IHOP. Um, but the honest truth for me is that I really don't. And I'm such a different person anyway, and maybe it was years of paranoia of people being xenophobes, and people are still xenophobic. You know, I'm not afraid of people. I'm not afraid of strangers. You know, I always get that sensation that when I go into an IHOP, no matter how drunk a table is, I walk in, they look at me, and they feel there's some type of weirdness walking in, and I don't like that. At a Waffle House, the weirdness is already fucking there. I feel right at home. I watched the dude pass out in his motherfucking grits, man. It was beautiful. He wasn't bothering anybody. Nobody called the cops. Nobody. I've been to IHOP and Denny's so many times where like somebody passed out in their food and the first thing they want to do is move them out of there. Like, really? Where are they going to go? They're wasted. They're passed out in their food. Jesus Christ. Be a human being. See if he's okay. Give that motherfucker some water. You got coffee, give it to him for free. Fuck it. Let him sober up. You know, there's things that people can do to basically be friendly, be human. And I don't feel like a human being at a Denny's or an IHOP. You know, I just don't. Now, Village Inn, I got love for. Man, you know, Village Inn is cool. A little bit nicer, upstanding group of people eat there. They don't seem to mind me at all. Hey, I'm there for the free pie on Wednesday like they are. So, you know, they ain't hating on me at all. You know, I'm getting that chocolate silk pie. You know, I love that. Hey, it's Trent Shanehalls. Hey, he was on the show last week with Dusty. He goes, what was your favorite day off during a tour and why is it Colorado in 2019? Okay, so Dusty and I, we're on the Booze, Bars, and Guitars tour. We've done it for 2 years in a row at this point. And we were staying in Walsenburg, and we rented a Airbnb, and we drove the Trail of Legends in South Central Colorado. Very beautiful scenic drive if you ever get a chance. It was just a really cool opportunity to further bond with my friend, man. Here we are out in these mountains. You know, there's people complaining about not being musicians. There's people complaining about why they're not doing what we do, but we feel blessed that we're doing it and we're out there and we get a sense of a future ahead of us. And the reason we're in the position that we were in, standing there at those mountains with Trent being our driver at 20 miles per gallon on fleek and shit, was that we did our work to be there. And that's what meant the most. And I couldn't have picked a better two guys to be out there and share that experience with. So yeah, that was my favorite day off during a tour, and it was in Colorado in 2019. So Will Davis goes, yeah, Nickelback was okay. Props to Jerry Cantrell for singing them because he made lots of them. Okay. Signing, not singing. Signing. My bad. You know what? Jerry Cantrell knows what he's doing. That man, he surely knows what he's doing. There's no doubt that this man has more talent in his pinky nail than 30 of us world-class guys have put together, you know? So, hey, he just knows what he's doing. He knows his tones. He knows his sounds, you know? And I always wondered how musicians have that kind of ear. And it really is like Gene Simmons used to walk around signing people. You know, Kiss collectively walked around kind of signing people at one point in the music history, you know, and a few of them went on to have quite a bit of success. And it's just like, wow, what are these guys hearing that other people aren't hearing? Obviously is good, but a lot of that also has to do with the backing and funding that Kiss has. You know, guys like Jerry Cantrell, he might have a little money. He might be all right, you know, comfortable living, you know. I wouldn't call him mega rich or anything like that. He might be. I don't know. I ain't been to his house. I don't know if he has like a big bank vault full of gold and he swims in it like Scrooge McDuck every day. I don't know. He should. He should, you know. But yeah, he's really good at what he does, and I wouldn't doubt 1 minute that he has an ear for talent. Now, with that said, say what you want about Nickelback. I am not a fan per se, but those motherfuckers cash checks. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about Nickelback. Oh, so Jerry Cantrell is worth 35 million, huh? That motherfucker is swimming in a pool full of gold like Scrooge McDuck. Wow. That's crazy. Hey, well deserved, well earned, man. Like you make it through that era with what he had to face and where he came from. Certainly he earned every bit of that money. He earned every bit of that money. Thanks for the tidbit, fat kid. Cody Moore says, my first album was recorded, then ran through again on analog. Okay. All right. That's interesting. You went to Red Cat Studios, didn't you, Cody? Yeah. Yeah. I know Luke Wallace. He's a really cool guy. I've known him for a long time. We go way back. Way back. Hmm. So, FizzGig32 asks, performing live, what song gets you hype? Oh, man. I know before acoustic shows, this is hilarious. I listen to Heart Attack by Scarlord. I love Scarlord, man. Scarlord's dope. He's some cool shit. There's this genre of rap called trap metal, and it's basically like heavy crushing 808 trap beats to metal screaming. I love that stuff. I'm a different kind of cat, but I listen to that stuff. It gets me hype before I have to go up there and sing soft and pretty, you know? And it just tells me one thing. I really need to fucking get back on the stage with King Shifter soon. I'm still ready to run and jump and hang upside down from fucking rafters, man. So, but I listened to Scarlord's Heart Attack, and I also listened to this group called Horror. It's spelled HO9909. Horror. It's really good. It's really good stuff. My kind of shit, you know. I really enjoy it. Anybody got any more questions? Any more, anybody got any more cooking tips with chili and cinnamon rolls? Let's see. Oh, so Will Davis, he asked, if you had a choice between an electric acoustic running through a 68 Fender amp or an acoustic through a preset on your software, which would you choose? I would choose the 68 Fender. Software is cool and all, but I want a whole lot more natural sound. I want to be able to shape the tones of the natural tones of it. It just sounds way too digital to me, for me. I've heard stuff that went through presets all the time on software that sounded great. You know, not knocking them. It sounded great for what they were doing, what they were using it for. I just prefer more natural tones. Anybody got any more questions? Before I answer more questions, once again, we're going to be cutting it kind of short on Facebook here after this next month. Dusty and I will be going more full-time toward Twitch and Periscope, and you'll find us on YouTube soon. So here's the Twitch address you can find us at. It's twitch.tv/Sprout and Dusty Show. And on Periscope, it's pscp.tv/Sprout and Dusty/follow. So please check out Twitch. I love it. We're going to be doing some live music stuff there as well. We're going to be doing some cool promotional things. We're going to get together and talk about doing some giveaways and things like that. And, you know, making it fun for the people for switching over. You know what I'm saying? Much love to y'all on Facebook because y'all been holding it down for us. But, man, Facebook's been trying to hassle us. You know what I'm saying? So we really do enjoy you guys hanging out with us here on Facebook. Like I said earlier in the episode, we'll still be, live streaming the first 10 to 15 minutes before, it goes off here and you can continue watching it on Twitch. But if you watch us on Twitch, it's more interactive, more real time, definitely, if the interaction is there, longer episodes. I'm really considering doing a section of the Sprout and Dusty show in the mornings, hopefully. So I'm going to talk to Dusty about that. I'm going to talk to our producer about that and find out what's going on. See if we can do that. See if we can't, bring Sprout and Dusty show to a whole lot more people. So anybody got any more questions? So Will Davis says, hell yeah, Waffle House is awesome. Southern made and cure for hangovers. That ain't no lie. Can't tell you how many times I walked in a Waffle House slobbering and not speaking English. I wasn't speaking Spanish either, but you get the gist. I was drunk, right? And there ain't nothing like a 3 pork chop breakfast to sober your ass right up, and a couple of cups of coffee, man. Nothing like it. So Candace Sandhall says, I remember when I was in nursing school, a guy became unresponsive at WF. I'm not sure what that is. And I was able to jump in and help bring him back. Oh, Waffle House. Gotcha. And help bring him back and keep him going until the paramedics arrive. See, lives are saved at a Waffle House. You hear me? I mean, lives are saved at a Waffle House. I don't know how many people I know would watch somebody die at an IHOP. I mean, because, Waffle House diners' lives matter. They really do. I need to make that a shirt. So what? We're the scourge of the earth. Fuck you. We're eating. We're not hungry, So, but arteries are ruined at a Waffle House. I've seen some marriages ruined at a Waffle House, bro. I've seen a couple of marriages ruined at a Waffle House. Man, all it takes is a drunk dude out with his old lady to look at a foreign piece of ass and get the shit slapped out of him. I mean, it happens. Some of these ladies out there, they don't want their man looking around at all. Keep your eyes on them eggs, motherfucker. I've seen that. So let's see. Trent Shane Halls goes, I'm sure your expectations are low, but do you think Sam Darnold and your boys are going to do, how do you think we're going to do this? Well, so Sam Darnold, if you guys don't know, you probably don't because you follow winning teams. Sam Darnold is the quarterback for the New York Jets. I think the New York Jets will do better than they did last year. If anything, I'm not keeping my hopes up for any more than a 7-9 season. I can handle a 7-9 season. I can handle an 8-8 season. I see what they're trying to do in the front office. I see what they're trying to do. And it's just going to be a matter of time before they have a decent squad. You know what I'm saying? So my New York Jets are going to be all right. And I just wanted to say this to all you guys who are NFL fans, and you got a lot of people talking a lot of trash about the NFL. I had a conversation with somebody earlier, and it was actually kind of sad and discouraging because he feels he can't even talk about his passion, which is football, with people because they want to make it political. It's not even the league anymore. It's people. It's like, man, why can't people leave me alone and let me enjoy football? Nobody's talking about that. So if you are an NFL fan, don't pay a fucking attention to anything somebody is saying about the NFL. If you don't give a damn about anything else but football, what does what they say matter? Watch your football. Support your team. Watch your NBA. Watch your NHL. Watch your baseball. Shit, it sure beats listening to people's opinion about the sport. Watch motherfuckers play it. For real. If you don't care about the stuff that's going on with the politics in your sports, that's cool. That's all right. I'm watching a game. I'm not watching the game because of what's on a jersey. I'm watching a game because I want to see competition. That's just me personally. There ain't no politics. There ain't no religion that's going to ruin that for me. And it shouldn't ruin it for you. So go ahead and watch your sports, participate in your sports, cheer for your teams, and go Chiefs. Hey, the Chiefs put it down on the Texans last night, man. I watched the replay this morning. Yeah, the Chiefs are looking tough, y'all. The Chiefs are looking tough. And who's that new running back? That new running back. Oh, Look at Fat Kid talking shit. I'm not even a Chiefs fan. Chiefs fans, if y'all see this stuff, y'all holler back at Fat Kid. He ain't nice right now talking bad about the Chiefs who won a game. He's a Bears fan. Chris Murray goes, when we going to get the band? I'm not sure what you're meaning there, Chris. I'm already in a band. It's called King Shifter. You can find us at facebook.com/KingShifterRock. I would love to do small projects with people. Not a problem. I just can't commit to anything full time because I'm already committed to something full time. I'm committed to my music and I'm committed to King Shifter music. So that's all I'm be doing for right now. Candace Sandall goes, opinions on meditation and positive self-affirmations, legit or BS? I say whatever works for you. I'm not much into meditation. I try and go into each situation in my life with an open mind to make the best decisions possible. You know, I don't really buy into sitting around and meditating and things like that. I do breathe. I do sit there and think, you know, I just don't have a ritual for those things. You know, I don't have to light candles or sage or anything or stuff like that. A lot of people do, and that's cool. You know, whatever somebody needs to do for them to find their peace. As far as it being legit or bullshit, I don't know. I don't practice either. So Nanoeconomics says you didn't eat at Waffle House if someone didn't get arrested while you are eating. Oh man, I've eaten at Waffle House so much. You don't think I've never seen anybody get arrested at a Waffle House? Bonus points if it's the staff, Nanoeconomics says. Well, it said extra bonus points if the staff and Waffle House is next to a strip club on the day of Malice at the Palace happened. Oh, wow. Man, you need to ask questions and comment more often. Holy cow. I've never been into a Waffle House next to a strip club. I don't go to strip clubs very often anymore. In fact, the last time I was at a strip club was probably 4.5 years ago. But but I would love to go to a strip club and then go right next door to a Waffle House. I mean, hell, it's America, right? I mean, we can do that shit in America, you know, except during COVID. Ugh, fuck. All right, Will, you enjoyed it. I'll see you in Tulsa next month, brother. See you. So James goes, Clyde's are hilarious. Beast mode activate. Gotcha. Hey, I get you. It's just this hypothetical. Hey, fat kid, you got a fan. All right, guys. Once again, we're going to go by our sponsor. It's Big Fish Bail Bonds out of Wichita, Kansas. Man, don't go to jail because it really sucks. But all the fish that are criminals, big or small, they release them all. Call Big Fish Bail Bonds at 316-262-4100. And remember, when you're thinking about fucking up and thinking about stealing pork chops that are still hot off a grill in your neighbor's backyard, knowing they're going to call the cops on you, just remember, jail sucks. Also, one more time, don't forget to follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/The Sprout and Dusty Show and on Periscope, pscp.tv/Sprout and Dusty/follow. So once again, guys, we're going to be reducing our activity on Facebook. We're still going to promote the show on Facebook. We're just not going to be doing much live streaming. Facebook doesn't seem to be very friendly to us musicians and podcasters and streamers. So that's just how it is. We're going to go to a place where people are looking for it, and they're going to find the Sprout and Dusty show, and they're going to have a good fucking time. Good fucking time. So it's Friday night. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm 41 years old. I'm going to get a good night's rest and get ready for life. Much love to my friends and family and my people out there. Yo, Fat Kid, drop that beat.
Well, I don't think it, I thought it, that's different. I said what I said and I meant it, or lamented. Words given weight without thought, and a person the way that I talk and the way that I ought to be able to pause and to say that the ball can be placed on my arms. To this playful assault, to disgrace in its arm. Pray for the day they could wait for the calm. You can't control the storm, only weather it, whether it's 5 weeks and 5 days of rain sideways, or scorched earth, search for death or water left with all the thorns, with the petals gone, settle on the breath of autumn.